Good morning, Noni, and welcome. I welcome respected chairpersons, all dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. This is Prajapati in front of you from Tehsil Bhandel, Datia, and MP. I am pursuing MTech from MNIT Bhopal, and I am presenting in front of you my case history. Thrombocytopenia, that is ITP, is my disease. Thrombocytopenia is one of the major blood dyscrasies ruling over the mind of hematologists. Platelet count goes down to the extent that bleeding becomes all-time risk in the life of the sufferer. An innocent child is fear for parents, and an educated adult is dying himself every moment with the fear of bleeding and accidents. Next, please. Whatever, but ultimately is to manage the instant safety of the patient from unforeseen situations of bleeding that may threaten the life. The case presented here is the 22 years young man. Next, please. The major tools of support: Reiki healing. Second one is NONI, a nutritional supplement. Third one is pranayam, and fourth one is counseling. Next, please. These four tools work together against the negative forces acting on the health of an individual. Which of the four will work as prime with others as support tools depends upon the instant state of the person and several other factors. Next, please. Reiki helps at the level of body, mind, and emotions. Pranayam helps to rejuvenate the total energy system of body and releases out the toxins and balances the pH of body fluids. Counseling helps to understand the meaning and the purpose of the life. NONI works on cellular physiology. Next, please. Though we don't have the modes and medium to explain how the healing energy works, what I can state affirmatively is that the science and spirituality has borderline difference. The need is to identify the point of transition. Next, please. Landmarks in the history of illness. Next. The story goes back to 2002. I was 70 years when I found black patches and red pinpoints on my legs and hands. I didn't take it seriously, thinking it to be due to some injury of cricket ball because I used to play cricket. But with the persistence, I consulted the family physician. He suggested simply to massage with ice. It did not work. Spots remained the same and appeared more. Next, I went to dermatologist thinking it to be a skin problem. 15 June 2002, he put me on many drugs and ointments for 2 years with no result. I switched over to homeopathy on 23rd June 2004. In the beginning of the treatment, black spot increases, but after some days they reduce but not disappear. This went on again for 2 years. Next, I was always asking the cause to the doctors, but none of them answered reasonably. I changed over to new homeopath Dr. Nitin Bharadwaj in Gwalior on 16 August 2006. His behavior was better than others. After 3-month treatment, recommended to get the pathology test for CVC with platelet count. Next. The doctor was shocked, sent me to another laboratory for cross-checking. Next day, he converted it to be ITP. My parents were called and told about the disease ITP and all its dangers to life. He insisted to go for immediate platelet transfusion. It was a terrified situation for everyone concerned with me. That time, the count was only 48,000. Thus, on 17 December 2006 was a mad day for me when this problem was diagnosed. Next, blood transfusion. Just on the next day, I had my exam. In spite of all this shocking information, I appeared without any tension, full with belief on myself. I was then hospitalized on 3rd January 2007 for platelet transfusion. Then onwards put on steroids, 60 mg omnacortil. This did not give any positive result. My count was only 29,000. After 3 units of transfusion, I started developing horrible side effects of steroids. Next. Ultimate on 19 January 2007, I was referred for higher hospitals. I met the senior consultant department of hematology Sir Gangaram Hospital at New Delhi. She made me understand that what is the actual disease and what are the crucial steps to overcome this. She referred me to ITP specialist. Again, the CVC platelet count was done. The report was only 11,000. Next. Admission on 21 January 2007 for 7 days. Omnacortil was continued I was worried of the side effects, but this seemed to be the only drugs of choice. He suggested IBG. There was only a rise of 70,000 with which I was discharged back home. 7 days after rechecking, Sone drop down count of 26,000. Story continued. Next count after 24 hours, 52,000. Next. Back to home. This continued till I was recommended for splenectomy. I absolutely disagreed with the doctor, left the hospital and back to home on 2nd February 2007. I also read about the Ayurvedic medicines and started Ayurvedic treatment on 18th March 07 from Patanjali Yogpit, Haridwar. This time my count was 29,000 only. I also took aloe vera pills and paste for about a month. I was a total failure with no way out. Next. Depression. The world my eyes were looking was absolutely black and hopeless. Some of the medications, steroids thrown me into depression according to the fine print. I felt victimized by my body and the doctors too. Next. I explored on the internet to search the patient of ITP. Found many to have the same story. Some of them had been taking Reiki treatment and some were consuming NONI. I shared this information with my doctor. He agreed with me. I decided to take this tentative step. Next. My Reiki teacher. I met the Reiki teacher, respected Dr. Ranjana Asthana, who is also a lecturer and medical officer, Department of Health, Science and Yoga at LNIT Gwalior. First time I found a person to listen the whole story so patiently. She guided me in the dimension of holistic healing and proposed herself to heal me with Reiki. She started healing on 7th April 2007 for 21 days. Next. She also got my father, counseled him to asking support by just being positive and to get free from fears. Within the same period, she taught all about self-Reiki healing, that is first degree and second degree. Next. NONI. Simultaneously, she introduced me with NONI, a supplementary food, insisted to take regularly. She also stressed upon 5 principles of Reiki and made me to live with full of joy and confidence. She gave me a great motherly love that was very much required that time. Next. It turned back. I returned to my studies at the end of May 07. I stopped everything except Reiki, healing and NONI. Though my count was still low, but I was thrilled to have better parts of my life back. In a few weeks, I returned back to full-time work with a better vigor. Next. Not satisfied with my palliative count, I continued investigations with Reiki and NONI. My Reiki guide forced me to stop from frequent repeated investigations, saying that why should I? It was not required if otherwise feeling better and energetic. Next. Pranayam. She added a new dimension to her holistic approach, told me about pranayam and arranged a teacher who made me learn to do that. Next. Life change. In the month of December 2007, with my daily regain of Reiki, NONI and pranayam, once again I got the investigation. I received a positive shock to see the figure of 1,30,000 for the first time. My latest report is 1,61,000 of platelets. Next. A different outlook. I learned to say thanks to all large or small miracles in the life, especially to the parents and family members. I have a treasure of those who helped me being well within. My inner voice is now clear. I received the guidance and directions on the path that were unknown before ITP. The words are singing out my side. My windows and my garden is green. Next. This is the graph between plate count and dates. Next. 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 And in last, self-realization is the knowing that the body, mind and souls are one with the omnipresent God. We do not have it to pray that it come to us. We are not merely near it all times, but that God's omnipresence is our omnipresence. We are just